Hello everybody, on the Flybar channel I'll go ahead and review just about anything. I've had this NordicTrack commercial treadmill for several years now. I use this every other day. I put lots and lots of mileage on this. And finally the motor failed in there. It didn't just stop altogether. It became just an obnoxiously loud electric motor, and called NordicTrack and turned it on, and of course he went ahead and set me a new motor free of charge. So today I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart. I'm gonna show you exactly how the motor goes in there and what orientation the power connectors get placed in there, because there's some YouTube channels will show you where the red and the black go, but there's actually two additional wires on there, and there are two blue wires, and there's not a whole lot of information on where those actually get plugged into. So hopefully this will help you out. Now again, on the Flybar channel, it's not always about quads and helicopters and flying. It's also about daily household items, and just to help you all out there. Maybe this will help you. Okay, quite obvious. It's quite obvious I already replaced the motor. This is the brand new motor. And actually, to get to the motor itself, of course, you'll have to loosen up and take out the Phillips screws, and there's actually two on the bottom as well. You have to lift up the treadmill itself, the tread itself, and underneath there's two additional Phillips screws that you'll go ahead and remove so you can take the top off in order to access the guts of the treadmill. Now, once you do that, on the base of the treadmill, there are two Allen screws on the base of it. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. You want to go ahead and loosen those up in order to relieve some of the slack, relieve some pressure in the roller here, so you can go ahead and take off the belt. Now, if the belt's already off, it's less work you're going to have to do, but you'll still have to loosen that up in order to get the belt back on there. Then you're going to have to tighten up to get the proper tension in the tread once you get the motor installed. Okay, to install the motor, it's simple. You have two bolts you'll have to go ahead and undo. You have to undo all the electrical wiring, which is basically plug and play. You just pull them out, and then you'll have to have somebody who's strong, or two-person lift, because this thing is full of copper and it's heavy. And you'll take the old one out, and then you'll place the new one in here. And of course, then immediately you'll go ahead and tighten these down. And we want to put enough pressure, enough tension on these so this thing won't move about. The biggest issue is, and I'll get my flashlight here. The biggest issue is wiring this. You see how you have a black wire that comes off the motor itself? Well, that'll actually get plugged into the A-, I don't know if you can see it there, the A- port of the treadmill. That's where the black wire goes. The red wire, there's always a black and red. The red wire will get placed next to it on the A+. I don't know if you can see that in there, but there's A+ where the red gets plugged into, and the black gets plugged into the A-. Now, in all the YouTube videos that my wife and I watched, pulled her hair out. Of course, if you're like me, you don't have any hair. There's two blue wires, and there's nothing on there nothing on these wires at all to discern exactly what these wires are for, where they get connected. All I know, there's an AC hot, and there's another, possibly a ground wire down there. I'm not really too sure. But however, don't be too concerned. We found out quickly it does not matter what orientation you go ahead and plug these wires into, as long as you have a blue plugged into AC hot, and you have a blue plugged into the down below right here where my finger's at, you're good to go. So don't get too concerned about these treadmills, replacing it yourself. Don't worry about trying to set up an appointment with Icon to get them out to do. Of course, they're going to take their money. It took us no longer than 15-20 minutes to get this placed in here. It took us the longest time to figure out these blue wires until we said, let's go ahead and just plug it in and see if it works. Plugged it in, It works like a dream, and it's quiet. It's almost like a brand new treadmill. Well, it is a brand new treadmill again. It's very, very quiet. It doesn't have that loud motor, electrical motor noise. So remember, the red gets plugged into A+, the black gets plugged into the A-, and it does not matter which way you plug in these two blue wires. As long as they're plugged in, you're good to go. And once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and replace the canopy back in place, screw it all up. And once you have the treadmill lifted up, you want to go ahead and tighten down the tread again. Remember, once you do that, you want to have enough tension on here so you're not going to be able to really get your hand in there too well. So you don't want to have it too loose, because if you have it too loose, you're running, and if this slips off, you're falling on the ground or you're back into the wall. So yeah, don't be too concerned. You can do it yourself. It doesn't take that long. You don't have to get any service repairman to do it for you. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.